Good morning. I'm Lieutenant Jeff Gilmore with the Gang Felony Assault Section. I'm here to talk about the homicide that occurred on Friday, December 2nd, under case number 16C 84105. At approximately 11:40 p.m. Friday evening, officers were dispatched to the 3800 block of South Meridian to what was initially dispatched as a shooting call. Calling party advised dispatch that they had heard gunshots and then observed an unknown race male wearing a white hoodie running towards the gas station that was located across the street just to the west from where he heard the gunshots. When the officers arrived on scene, they located a victim lying inside the residence on the floor with a gunshot wound. EMS arrived on scene shortly thereafter and immediately transported the victim to St. Francis Hospital in critical condition, where he later died as a result of his injuries. He was pronounced deceased at 2:10 a.m. in the morning. While officers were responding to the scene in the 3800 block of South Meridian, other officers were responding to the Quick Trip, which is located directly across the street from where the shots had been fired. The officers responded across the street to the Quick Trip and immediately contacted an individual matching the description that the calling party had given us. That individual was taken into custody. He was transported downtown, later interviewed by detectives, and he was booked for felony murder. During the investigation, we were also able to identify a second suspect in the case. This suspect is a 27-year-old black male, and he has been booked into Sedgwick County Jail for first-degree murder. The first suspect in the case was a 23-year-old white male. The victim in this case has been identified as Michael T. Hamilton. He is a 45-year-old white male and has a date of birth of June 12th of 1971. Throughout the investigation, it was revealed that two suspects went to the victim's residence to make a drug transaction. While at the residence and during this transaction, a fight broke out. Shots were fired inside the residence, and the victim in this case, Michael Hamilton, was struck twice with gunfire. Both suspects fled the scene. One individual fled the scene on foot, which is the individual that was taken into custody running across the street towards the Quick Trip. Another individual fled the scene in a vehicle and was later contacted and taken into custody several hours later. That is all we have at this time on the case.
How old was the victim?
The victim is 45 years old.
Do we know if the 27-year-old is the one who fired the shot, or did they both fire a shot?
27-year-old is the one that fired the shots. He was booked for first-degree murder.
What was the other individual booked for?
Felony murder.
Okay.
Is that also first degree?
I'm sorry?
Is that also first degree?
It does fall under, yes, but it's felony murder.
Were there any gang relations in this?
No, there were not.
So you said it was a drug transaction.
That is correct.
Did they obviously knew each other then?
It appears so. We're still investigating things, but yes.
Was there anybody else in the home at the time?
We're not going to release any of that information right now. This is still an ongoing investigation.
What kind of drugs were involved?
We're not going to release that right now. Okay?
Was it Hamilton's home?
Correction?
Was it Hamilton's home?
Yes, it was.
And can you tell me that case number once again?
Yes, sir. It is 16C 84105.
Is this the 31st homicide?
That is correct. It is 31st homicide of the year.
Are you aware of how many homicides have been unsolved so far this year?
I am not. I don't have those numbers.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Lieutenant. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
The case number, if you didn't get that, for that case was 84105. On the homicide, 84105. Welcome this morning to our Wichita Police Department briefing. I've had some individuals tell me I'm a little robotic when I'm up here, so I'm working on my non-roboticy. Is that a word? Is that a word? All right, so I got a smile, So we have 3 cases that we're gonna do today in our Interwatch: aggravated child endangerment, an aggravated robbery, and then also an aggravated robbery from a person. The first one's going to be case number 16C84477. Occurred in the 800 block of South McLean yesterday, approximately 4:30 in the afternoon. On December 4th at approximately 4:30 p.m., officers were dispatched to a submersion call at McLean and Taft. The investigation, after the officers arrived, they began investigating and showed that a 26-year-old male was driving a black Kia Optima eastbound on Taft, and then drove over the embankment at McLean and into the Arkansas River. The vehicle was also occupied at the time by the driver's 3-year-old son. Both the driver and the 3-year-old were able to escape the vehicle as it submerged further into the river. The 3-year-old was transported to an area hospital to be treated for just very minor injury, and the driver was taken into custody and booked into jail on traffic charges, suspicion of DUI, DUI with a child, obstruct, resist, and aggravated child endangerment.
How is the 3-year-old child?
I don't have the status of the child at this time. The investigators are still working on this case. However, it was minor injury that this child sustained on scene, so I would be willing to say the child is going to be fine, but I don't have the exact update on the child's condition at this time.
Do we know if the father, when will we know if the father was intoxicated?
They have to do, I mean, it's suspicion, obviously. They're arrested and then booked, and then they obviously do the testing that they have to do, and it goes through the trial process and all those necessary things to prove the case. And the case will be presented, obviously, to the district attorney's office.
Do we believe that this case will be presented to the district attorney's office at this time?
It's still under investigation, but if it gets to that point where they need to present it, then yes. Second case is going to be an aggravated robbery, case number 16C84582. This occurred early this morning, about 3 a.m. in the 500 block of South Oliver. December 5th, approximately 3 a.m., officers were dispatched to an armed robbery call, the Quick Shop in the 500 block of South Oliver. They arrived and made contact with a store employee who stated an unknown male suspect had come into the store, brandished a handgun, and began demanding money and cigarettes. Money and cigarettes were given to the suspect, and he left the store in a Ford Escort. Incoming officers began to circulate the area, and they located a possible suspect vehicle in the 1300 block of South Oliver. Upon stopping the vehicle, a passenger from this vehicle fled on foot and was not located. The driver, a 21-year-old female, was taken into custody without incident, and she has been transported to be interviewed by our investigators. This is still an ongoing case at this time, and we do ask if you have any additional information or witnessed anything, please call us at 268-4407, that's the WPD detectives, or you can call Crime Stoppers at 267-2111.
Was property located inside the vehicle?
I do not know if any property was located.
You said cigarettes and money were turned over.
Yes.
How much money?
I don't have the amount of money that was turned over at this time. Yep. Last case is going to be aggravated robbery from a person. Again, it occurred early this morning, approximately 5:30. Case number is 84590 in the 3000 block of South George Washington Boulevard. December 5th at approximately 5:30 a.m., officers were dispatched to a robbery report at an apartment complex in the 3000 block of South George Washington Boulevard. Upon arrival, they made contact with a 56-year-old male victim who stated that he was getting ready to leave for work, and an unknown suspect pushed him from behind and demanded his wallet. The victim stated as he turned around, the suspect struck him with a small handgun, took his wallet, and fled on foot. The victim did sustain minor injuries to his face, and the suspect description is an unknown black male, in his 20s, 6 foot, medium build, and he had a blue bomber hat that covered his ears and mouth and was carrying a small handgun. We again ask if you have any additional information to please call us Our detectives at 268-4407 or Crime Stoppers at 267-2111.
So this happened outside, like he was getting ready to get his.
Right, yeah, he was getting ready to leave, happened outside, and the suspect approached him from behind, pushed him in the back.
You know if anybody else might have seen it?
That's what we're asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're asking if somebody else saw this, had any other further description, to please call us. Let us know. Maybe they saw him get in a vehicle, anything.
It's actually not too far from, I mean, a little bit far, but the same neighborhood in the general area, the 1300 block South Oliver. Did this guy are they thinking of maybe seeing suspect from this? It's about a mile.
Obviously, that's something we look into on any case, is if it's connected to any other case. I don't have any information that these are connected at any point, but it's obviously something that we'd be concerned with as a police department.
Did you say he fled on foot?
He did. Yep, he
Which
did.
direction did?
I don't have a direction. He just fled. After he got the wallet, he fled on foot.
I'm sorry, did you give a suspect description on the quick shop?
Just an unknown male suspect is all I have right now on the quick shop.
Is there any more information on the gun that was discharged by the students?
No, I don't have any further information on that. That's a case that's still under investigation, and then will be presented to our district attorney's office.
Do you have anything more on the deadly car crash?
We still are trying to notify family on that car crash, so we don't have any other information to release until family can be notified. That's the one. That's the one on South Broadway. Yep.
Do you know what happened there? Is that a medical deal? Do we know?
It's still under investigation. Right. Yep.
Charlie, I'm sorry, I may go back to Larry's question.
Sure.
The discharge of the weapon to the students, you said charges will be presented?
It will be investigated, and then it will be presented for charging.
Do we know what those charges are?
I don't. All right. I think this is the last warm day of the week, I hear. So hope everybody has a good day. And if you need me, please don't hesitate to get a hold of me.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
and I
go
know
ahead.
you just brought this up. I thought it might be good to hit home again. We're gonna see some really cold, excuse me, cold temperatures.
Yes.
You know, just a word of advice for, people are gonna wanna warm
Yeah.
their cars up.
Yeah, we do see an increase a lot of times in the wintertime with cars being left warming and auto thefts. Unfortunately, there's suspects that are going around and they're looking for a car to steal, and that's an easy target. We do encourage everybody to take that extra 10 minutes, get up 10 minutes earlier, make sure that you're in your vehicle when it has to warm up, and don't just leave it unoccupied warming up, because it does leave you to potentially have yourself become a victim. Not only your car being stolen, it may be recovered, it could be damaged, you're going to have items in it that could be missing, all kinds of things. So just a word of precaution: if it's cold outside and you need to warm up your car, take that extra 10 minutes, and it can save you a big headache in the future. All right, thank you. Have a good day.